I mean, we're experiencing biodiversity losses today that have never happened in our history. And monitoring to see exactly how this change is taking place is absolutely critical.
You know, one of the key metrics that we need in conservation is animal numbers and distribution. And at the moment, there are really no other ways to get that data reliably and cheaply without either disturbing animals or having some other negative impact. But we felt, you know, that there must be a way that was better for everybody, better for the animals, better for the people. And that was where we started, you know, really taking footprints much more seriously.
So rather than tagging these animals, we should be looking on the ground. That basically was the seeding of WildTrack.
I'm Zoe Jewell.
And I'm Sky Alibi.
And we're the founders of WildTrack, which is a non-profit for monitoring endangered species. So we're here at Ceres International Field Station in southwest Portugal, and we're holding a workshop which is designed to bring together members of the WildTrack specialist group and other people who are interested in non-invasive technologies.
WildTrack grew out of our work in Zimbabwe, monitoring endangered species, and we decided to develop a non-invasive technique simply because the invasive techniques were having negative impact on animals in terms of fertility. FIT stands for Footprint Identification Technology. And the idea is that we take images of footprints, we then extract the features. We develop algorithms to identify either it is subspecies, species, sex, age class, or individual. And it's absolutely vital that you have this information, accurate information, to develop a conservation strategy.
We're now driving towards the Amoreira estuary, which is a local river system that is quite intact and has a healthy otter population. And the main agenda is identify species, predict sex, count animals in a non-invasive way, combining very old knowledge like tracking with state-of-the-art computer science and artificial intelligence.
Okay, well, we're going down to the river's edge, and the idea is to try and see if we can find some otter prints. It's a fairly well-used area by the Eurasian otter.
The more footprints we're able to pick up, obviously the richer our database, the stronger the database, and the more data we have, the better the algorithms that we're training. So I think, you know, one of the great points about this technology is that anybody could contribute data. Recreational hikers, to kids in school, local communities, indigenous communities who are in close proximity to the animals. Pretty much anybody who's out there who has occasion to look at the ground.
In the old days, many, many years ago, when we caught an animal, we would clip its toes to identify it when we retrap it next time. Because then you were left with an injury to the animal, which would stay forever. I look back on that with utter disgust, because, you know, this is utterly unnecessary. You know, you can come up with a simple technique like the one we're using now, and the amount of information that we get is phenomenal.
So how do the images look from today, Jonathan?
Pretty good, actually. So I ran them all through the AI system, and you can see these 4 here. Of the 4 of them, 3 are correctly classified.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's done a good job. I can see it's picked up like at least 3 sets of otter prints and a partial human print. Despite that confusion, it's definitely figuring out what's otter.
We feel very strongly about the need for the technologies that we are trying to develop, and we feel very, very committed towards that goal. We started in this simply because we were fascinated by this work, by the potential of working ways in which we could help save endangered species. And that's basically what drives us.
Until now, conservation has really been very much the preserve of professional conservationists. But we see that everybody has a role to play in this kind of innovation. I mean, it is innovation for everybody. So the more people we can engage in our mission and working towards that goal, the better it'll be.